Hello, everybody out there on the interwebs. It's wonderful to be back again. Very, very excited about this game. Am I? Reversing my sentences like Yoda, I seem to be. I don't know why. I should put verbs back in the correct position. Yay, that happened. We're going to be playing a bit of Ghost of Saltmarsh. Had a marvelous game last week. So, catch up with that if you haven't seen those. But you can drop in. We're just going to have fun. We're going to play characters. We're going to play monsters. We're going to try and murder people. Yay! I'll bring in the rest of the players now. Like magic.
Oh, look at that. Magic time.
Hello.
Wonderful. Cari. Yeah, so Nathan was calling Cari. It's spelled Cari or Cari, but it's really Cari in her accent. Yeah. And we just agreed that... I
can't hear a difference.
That's right. Every time Nathan calls Cari, she's allowed to call him Nate.
It's right. I just feel like it's from an Australian perspective, it's a bit of a cultural, insensitive there. Cari or Cari or
sorry.
Natty or NATO or Nate Dog.
But I've been there.
Thank you for joining me, wonderful players. We've got some great characters. We've got a rip-roaring situation going down. There are links on our social media, if you just go back a couple of weeks, to full descriptions of and introductions of these wonderful characters. So if you want to see those, just jump over there real quick and you can get those. In the meantime, we're going to leap right into the adventure, recapping where we got to. They accepted a mission to go and salvage all the life possessions of Albrecht. Not all his possessions, probably his toothbrushes in there, but all his stuff of value. Like literally 100,000 gold pieces worth of promissory notes and things in a box, a magic box that the plot says that the players can't unlock. So they can't. They're going with a bunch of dwarves on boats to go out to the ship to try and salvage this information. Actually, this wealth. Actually, to pull the ship back to harbour, possibly sail the ship back to harbour. The dwarves haven't been told about the box, which is somewhere in the ship though, and the players have been sent. You can't trust dwarves, apparently, according to Albrecht. They were halfway. Cari's character was interviewing the slightly sus dwarf who she thinks has it in for Katira. And then Sahwajin came streaming up onto the deck. Maybe you want to bring up the map, Nathan, and we shall get stuck straight into the action. We're using the official sounds for the Syrinscape's sounds for the Dungeons & Dragons Adventure Ghost of Saltmarsh. As you can see on the store, I've got trouble along the way. Awesome. Right. Does anyone remember whose turn it was?
I think I had just mind spiked one of the Shtargin with the disapproval of its parent.
That's right.
I'm not being selfish, but I want to say I was close to going again. I think we had done one final round when we started having technical issues, and I was at the top.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Oh no! Look, let the one with the axe hit it. Wait, we'll go down that path, shall we?
Pick up Katira then. Katira can have a turn because we're all slightly scared.
Great. Perfect. Here we go. I'm gonna try to hit the one right in front of me, I guess. So
excellent.
Here I go. And that's a 14 to hit.
A 14. The Sahwajin, looking at the wonderful D&D Beyond page here with all their wonderful hyperlinked awesomeness, says the armor class of this Sahwajin is only 12. So you hit.
Hey, all right.
Bravo.
So, 1d12.
This is the one you mind spiked, right?
Yes.
That's 9 points of damage.
This is the only one you knew about until I put up all the others onto the deck. That's right. 9 points of damage. Yeah, your axe bites deep. It bites harsh, and this Sahwajin is rethinking his life choices and deciding that maybe a deep sea life away from these nasty land dwellers is a choice.
Katira yells out to the dwarf that was pretty sus before to get back, kind of just to get back.
Can I be honest? All the sus dwarves now look up, because look, I don't want to focus on a race or anything like that, but I don't know a dwarf that doesn't look not.
And like all...
It's kind of like when you yell at Andy, and they're all like.
That's fantastic. Kronos, I have no idea what order we had our initiative going. We seem to be going anti-clockwise.
I think that's right. But I, realizing, because I am, I can see things coming, realized that perhaps I should look after number one. Maybe it's the rules of Grumnum actually achieving some outcomes. So I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself, just so I'm less squishy.
That's defense. Rule 3.
Absolutely
wise. Very wise of you to think of that.
I call out. Grumnum, I'm casting Mage Armor. I think it must be your influence.
And
I think that might be a chapter in my book.
Do you know what? And I look down to see all the Mage Armor form around me, and it doesn't.
No.
Oh, that's so sad.
We'll have a conversation about how Mage Armor works.
Yeah.
Does this Sahuagin flee? Does it cowardly spring itself back off the railing of the ship, having been pretty much hammered to within an inch of its life? I'm going to give it odds. It's going to go into the water. Oh, it does. It just springs backwards. It does a disengage or something like that so that it can't be attacked. And the only hint of it now in the world is the slight red stain on the surface of the water as it sinks into happy oblivion.
Uh-huh.
Wow,
yep.
I would have gone to the underwater hospital, but sinking into happy oblivion is definitely the option.
I want to know do underwater creatures lick their wounds because they're in like a watery environment, so maybe they just swim. I don't know.
Wow,
that's right.
Can I say, I love it when we think of these deep problems, like, can you really lick your wounds
deep
when you're underwater?
I love it, deep problems.
Maybe
there's shallow problems, who knows?
You're in chat and you thought that was a great joke. What do? You go F, is that right?
No, you go like this, like, that's off the old Call of Duty game where it was just like you pay F to pay respects, so, yeah.
Respect.
Oh, press X to pay respect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Pay respect to the joke. Fantastic. So, we've got a Sahuagin. If you think my pronunciation is wrong in chat, please correct it with that fantastic quasi
what do you think, Cari?
sort of IPA spelling. Because I have no idea how to say this word. Either way, it attacks Katira. It gets multi-attack. It stabs with the spear that is clutched in its hands. AC 16.
Oof, yeah, that hits.
And it hits. What is your AC?
15. But I got a lot of HP. There's the trade-off.
One of those kind of armor that's completely sort of covering except for exposed midriff.
I'm not wearing full plate. I'm just wearing a chest piece, so he gets me in the leg.
That's right. Okay. 3 hit points damage as it speeds, runs forward and stabs into your leg. It cuts a little. It doesn't stab into just edge. A little bit
more
of
the muscles
sprays out on the deck.
The muscles merge around it. The muscles grab onto the spear.
Yeah.
That's just
they're like they grab on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, just go it's like vibration. I mean, when you do something really hard, but you're going to hurt your hand.
Right.
It's
planning to come forward and then bite you as it grows straight through your limb. But unfortunately, it just stops there and it can't even reach it.
Nice. And how much damage was that, Ben?
3 hit points down.
3. Okay. Got it. Ouch.
Well, yeah. That one, let's say, runs forward. You didn't see that coming, Kronos.
I did. Kronos saw that coming. That's why he enacted Mage Armor.
Oh, I see it now.
Does Mage Armor get your AC 20?
Sorry, AC what?
Does that AC 20?
Yeah,
AC 20.
It just leaps on you, claws and bites, and take 4 hit points damage.
4?
And you now have
That's like 1/6 of my hit points.
Remember to put that on your D&D Beyond. Take the points off.
Nasty. Yeah, you can adjust your hit points in D&D Beyond. Your hit points are damage.
Rightio. I will do that. Hang on.
Another one. Bounce the deck up over there. Excellent. I'm lagging. I turn off all I can.
But yeah, like, I must admit, I'm how are the other dwarves going? Like, are we all like, dwarves are known for their...
They're getting engaged on the deck. That's right. There's a lot of weapons being drawn out. Brave, a lot of calls. Get off my vessel. Stuff. So yeah, it looks like it's going all right at the moment. So that will bring up. Grumman, what do you do?
Well, I've locked my shield down in a defensive position. I'm followed my rules and standing behind the hero as far away as I can. But I'm gonna step forward to still being behind, but kind of like, I think I'm more emotionally in front than I am physically. But I'm gonna try and swing with my hammer at the at said creature in front of me.
Yeah. So which one?
The Warhammer, Benjamin.
The one that's attacking Katira?
Sure, why not? That sounds cool. As a hero, I will step up and not up, more side. So I'm if it were parallel, I would be not parallel, just step behind. But that's where I'm gonna roll.
I love it.
Ooh, that's not actually too bad. That's a 15.
A 15. What is the AC? I said it before, didn't I?
I thought you said 14 before.
12.
Did it hit?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to do some splatter damage now. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes, Gallagher. Get him.
Yeah. That's what you... Yeah. So it's 1d8 plus 3. 7 plus 3. That's, hang on.
I believe
10.
the adventure has... Is that monster in this? It's not a place name. All right.
That's a strong 10, Ben.
A strong
Ben
10. 10 damage.
Get it? Ben 10.
Yay!
Yeah, except you said...
I get it.
Except you did the Yoda 10 Ben, not Ben 10. But anyway, that's okay.
Close enough.
Ben 10, you must.
10 Ben it is. Yes, Katira, turn it is yours.
Nice.
Sledge-o-matic time. Oh, yes, it is.
I'm gonna try to hit this. I'm gonna try to hit this guy right next to me, please. Here I go. God bless America. That is a 10. 10 to hit all, and so that is not going to hit.
God bless. So patriotic. I like this.
It is. She's definitely going for God bless America. That's where she was headed. Yeah.
Soon she'll be singing the Star-Spangled Sky.
The first suspicious.
Well,
you have a Sahuagin.
Oh, wait a minute. I got an extra attack.
Oh.
Barbarian. I always forget I'm a barbarian and not a fighter. This is the best.
Hey, level
Sorry.
1.
That one is a 24 to hit.
You do. This
you were so pissed you missed the first one. You just like backhanded him.
Yeah.
I did. I'm like, I dropped my axe. That's 7 points of damage.
7. Oh, not enough to take it down, but you do put an imprint in its face and its day.
How is it?
Right now, you
at its day.
I basically knew that it was barbecue time. Yes. So where I am and Burning Hands as a 3rd level spell slot, meaning it does 5d6 damage on both the one attacking me and the Sahuagin that's just in front of the other dwarf within 15 feet of me.
Nice.
I'm going to burn both. They both need to make a Dex save, DC 15.
Excellent. Dex save 17 for the one closest to you, and failure for the second one. Okay.
Excellent. So the one closest to me, not so damage. 12, 17, 20. So the one in front of me takes 10.
Wow, that's huge.
Nice.
Okay. Wow. So flames come flying out across the deck, licking the ripe timbers, well oiled as they are. And a couple of the dwarves sort of look, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" But they say it in a Scottish accent, so you can imagine that. Oh my God,
Scottish accent. Oh, Faith. Oh, Christ.
I like Ben's like, Ben, why did we pick this adventure? Oh, because I've got a Scottish accent.
How do I speak in a Scottish accent? If anyone was watching at the end of last week, you would have noticed I completely forgot to do a Scottish accent for Peter.
Of course, no, but Peter's not Scottish. That's the thing about Peter here.
No, we don't make assumptions about accent choices.
No.
Peter might have
You're
been
so right.
used by his rich orphaned uncle.
Do you know what? I think we're
Yeah.
being very culturally
Yeah.
sensitive by going along and saying that there are dwarves from many regions.
Mm.
No, we don't lower ourselves to just picking out one region and just stereotyping. No.
We don't
Well,
discriminate.
I'd hate to put myself in a position where I'd have to do multiple accents for each dwarf and remember which accent was which, because that could end in very messy.
If you want that to happen, please just put that in chat. That'd be great. I would love that personally, but I just don't want to be the only one.
I think we should have, a Yorkshire dwarf and a Cornish dwarf
Yep.
and a Welsh dwarf.
Yeah. So just
You know.
particular subsections of that region. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
A Wurzel, a West Country dwarf, so he sounds like Wurzel Gummidge.
Yeah.
Because the English have like a different accent every 500 yards. It's like, oh, I don't like him. He comes from down the road. I don't
That's
like
right.
ways.
So anyway,
cool.
so the dwarves all start talking, and the other ones try, and all the creatures fall asleep.
Okay, meanwhile, there's some combat that happens on the deck. This dwarf here, who's wiggling around at the moment on the map, dies and is stabbed and falls over the edge with a knife and a sahwajin in him.
Oh,
Hang on,
It's sad.
a Sawajin
Bad guy.
in him.
So-
That is,
Bad guy.
Sahwajin. I think it's like that.
oh, is
And
this
the
one of those?
right.
Depending on how cheeky Nathan was going to be, then I might attack Murray more viciously. Does a 20 hit you, Murray?
Yeah, a 20. Yes, a 20 hits me.
But a 12 doesn't. Is that right?
No, at the moment, because my mage armor is in place, a 17 is good for me.
Nice. Only the bite hits, and that's 5 hit points damage.
That's pretty serious when it comes to me.
pretty serious. Yeah. So vicious
Mm.
rip
Mm.
at flesh.
Wow. Shoot.
Maybe you should. You can stand behind me. I'm literally a walking shield.
I think I've got a Swajin attached to me, so I don't know that would help.
Emotionally as well.
Yeah.
Attached to you
It's like-
emotionally.
Like you've tried to get away, but it's just like you don't want to hurt their feelings, and I understand it. It can be
Yeah,
very.
I saw all this coming, of course, but still.
Yeah. Well, look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest. We all do.
Of course, we know you. We know you saw it coming.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just
Yeah.
accept it.
Anyway, sorry, we were in a
This
battle
is-
band. Go on.
This is research.
Right.
This is
So
no, this is
I was just trying to read rules and stuff like that. Silly stuff
Don't
like
don't exert yourself, Ben.
Yeah.
That'd be
that. A flash of light streaks towards, let's say, odds of Katira, even it'll be the, yes, okay, it's Katira, streaks towards Katira. A ranged attack, okay. Ranged spell attack does 17 hit Katira.
God, yes, it does.
Hey,
Jeez.
Katira, if you had a shield, you'd get a little bit of an AC
Yeah.
buff.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Ooh, if your character says this, does Grumman
no.
actually say that?
Oh,
crap?
100%. Yeah. 100%.
Oh, she gives
You should
such
have a
look.
shield.
Like, it looks good. Kill. You have a shield.
I have a
Oh,
defense for that as well.
Immediate damage.
Close my eyes.
It being 10 hit points damage. Oh, I like it.
Katira screams in pain as frickin' Grumnum is rubbing salt in the wound.
No, look,
This little Peter of salt and he's going like,
It's like, this will help. This will help.
chat, I'm just giving out useful advice for the future. I'm saying we can learn from these mistakes. Safety
Read
is
the
a
room,
priority.
Grumnum. Read the room.
Known for reading the room, Grundon.
It says that if we're going to do this, if we're going to do this accent thing, you need to have a new accent for each sentence you say, just to make it fair.
That's I've been going through every single Australian regional accent. You know this, Benjamin. I'm almost disappointed to actually have to bring it up that I have already been doing this on every single
Cross the pond
sentence.
and do some American accents.
That's right.
Nathan. That
Oh,
would be
I
delicious.
just went across the Pacific Highway with that, you know? It's
Oh.
like, woo!
Just so you know, I get incredibly in trouble. Last time I did that, I did Tommy the Tongue. It's like, yo, it's Tommy. Tommy here. How can I help you? Look, I'm trying to do my best here. What can I do? I'm just trying to... All I can say, I'm a businessman, okay? Anyway, that's enough of that. Cari
Your
will
turn.
die otherwise. So, after saying said sentence to, saying that,
Excellent.
shields,
Caring.
you've got to use a shield. I'm going to go along and do what I would like to call, and I'm coming into my own here, which is the stretch and hit, which is to stay behind the shield and stretch and hit with a warhammer. Stretch and hit. Yeah.
I love it.
Amazing.
Music.
So anyway, how is everybody? Everyone going good? Okay, cool. Okay, so
that's right.
we're just.
You don't get attacked or anything like that.
No, I'm just. I rolled a 1, so I look.
A 1! Oh,
Yeah,
1!
That's what you get.
You know what, Bart?
What happened from then?
I think I got stared at really angrily, and it might have affected me more than I'm emotionally letting on right now. And I'm sure that won't come back to bite me in the ass at a later date.
I like it. You have a disadvantaged dice from sort of guilt for being patronized.
Well, I wasn't being patronizing. I was simply explaining.
Katira, your turn.
All
Boyd,
right, I want to.
Nathan's confidence. What do you do?
Did I help the barbarian rage?
Next to me.
Excellent. Go for it, Cari.
Noticing that my good dwarven friend has just failed to hurt this guy, I want to send a message by getting a 21 to hit.
Can I just say?
He only has 5 hit points, so if you can roll more than 5 hit points, you can describe his demise.
I got way more than 5 hit points. So hearing Grumnim mock Katira in battle, and then try himself to hit this thing and fail, she kind of like laughs and just turns to him real quick and say, "Take a lesson, dwarf," and just rises up over her head and just goes whap and chops this thing like a log.
I love it.
Do you like split him from like head to toe, like just straight down the middle and be like,
Exactamundo.
Ow. That's very unfortunate.
Now, Ben, I have a question. What is your GMing style on moving between hits?
I believe you're actually strictly allowed to. I think I read it in the rules.
I am.
You can split your movement. You can do all sorts of things in D&D 5e.
All right. Well, then I can move and hit this guy as well, and I'm gonna try.
He's got his back to you. He's engaged with this dwarf. He doesn't expect, despite the steaming rage, almost rage, not technical rage, story rage that's coming from Katira.
Narrow
I'll give you advantage on this attack. That's right. Cari rage.
Yeah, that's a 26 to hit.
That'll probably do it a bit.
Yeah, and that's 12 points of damage.
Ooh. Awesome. Can I give you 1d4 mansplaining rage as well?
What?
Extra damage.
Oh, heck yeah! All right. Well, that's two extra damage. So whatever I said before.
Is
14 total.
Quick question. That second one you hit and like destroyed, is that when you're flexing your shield arm and you're just like showing me the muscle that it's like sure I could shield.
Don't have a shield arm.
Yeah.
I don't need one.
She's got 3 axe arms.
Her arm is a shield.
Katira also can't count, so she thinks she has 3 axe arms.
She also has a breastplate, which is just a shield just strapped onto the chest, like.
Right.
Split from chaps to knave. I love it, Dover. That's fantastic. Right, Murray. How many hit points do you have?
I'm certainly down 1/3. So I'm going to stagger with purpose, but also with.
Are you going to stagger or swagger?
Stagger swagger with some research potential of look at me doing actual in-person research in my book. Ooh. So as I and the Saujin are in locked in lethal combat, I am going to sidle grippingly across towards Grumnum so that he can at least help me out. If I can spare
you swagger behind my shield. Protect me!
No, I sort of swagger sideways towards you, and then at least I might, if I can, get a wink off. But if I can't get the wink off, at least try and get it so I'm in his peripheral vision so that he sees that I too need protection. Meanwhile,
the wink is a free action, so you know.
Cast Mind Spike on this guy. And again, this is going to be the disapproval of its parent, Saujin, that I'm going to project into its mind the disapproving look of its mother when it laid the egg that this creature hatched from. Like, I always knew you wouldn't be any good to me. I just knew it. You were going to make bad choices. So...
a quick question. Are we meant to get damaged as well? Because this is hurting.
No.
We're
Just
getting
never-
like a very
Yeah,
small
player
like,
damage.
aurora of that. It's like,
there's
oh,
there's like this sort of there's sort of like a peripheral twinge of what what
I feel
but
guilty about something.
Why do I feel?
Uh,
Chat, is there anyone else in chat getting this? Please send a comment.
yeah.
Are you in pain as well?
All of a sudden.
Grumnan in the middle of combat's like, mummy, what? Anyway,
All right. Do I need to make a
so
save? Is that
it
right?
does need to make a wisdom saving throw DC
Okay.
15.
Its wisdom bonus is +1, and it rolls a 3, so I suspect not. It feels bad about its.
Do you know what?
mummy.
Because he know. Do you know the sad thing is that he knows it's kind of true. Like that. It's the dash of truth. Like the just the hint of truth that really just makes this do critical damage. Don't you agree, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why.
I think the reality, I don't want to make this a therapy session, but I think the reality is we all know that our parents disapprove of us at all times.
Yeah.
So,
Except for my parents, I'm perfect.
Anyone who's not familiar with the Dice Stormers channel, anyone who is familiar with the Dice Stormers channel and has ever seen Murray ever play before would know that the sentence, not that I want to make this into a therapy session, is a complete and utter lie.
Yep,
Yeah, exactly.
All
totally.
playing is therapy for Murray, basically.
Welcome to
Well, I think
therapy,
I
everybody.
think it's therapy for all of us. Some of us just deny that. Anyway, it takes 14 mind spike damage with the disapproval of its parent.
Wow. As well as the hope for ever really being accepted by his father or valued
Oh,
that which makes him special,
That's
dying
next.
inside him somewhere, he also dies.
Well, I'm very happy that happened.
And there's an
Otherwise,
ominous-
it was losing damage to me.
Yeah, that was fantastic. You really well and truly wiped him and his parental relationships off the board.
So therefore, I think I can afford a wink to Grumnum.
Nice.
I knew that was
Can-
going to happen.
Can I
yes.
can I try and wink back as a reaction? Can I use my reaction to wink back and see if I can?
Yes.
I'm gonna roll for that. Nah, I rolled a 3. I just double wink and I blink.
Right.
I receive
So
it.
this-
Yeah.
These other two us Sahuajin come running in. This dwarf here that's wiggling around on the map a bit. See that? Yep.
Yeah.
He's our captain. How do I speak in a Scottish accent? He's our captain, and he's a little bit surrounded by the Sahuajin. He's not looking very good, to be frank. That was all right. I got there in the end.
Yeah.
You did.
Frank.
Hang on, is his name Frank? I'm
It's probably
confused.
Scottish expression. That's right.
Isn't this Peter?
To be frank.
The ship captain is Volgar.
A periwinkle on a toad's ass or something like that is probably appropriate. I don't know what a periwinkle is even. It's a small
Small flower.
flower or a small shellfish.
I think there are both periwinkles that are shellfish and periwinkles that are flowers. I think it's a little blue. Periwinkle blue. That's why periwinkle is a blue. It's a flower, not a blue shellfish.
And
I don't-
do you know what? Chat didn't think they were going to learn something.
That's right.
No, that's right. They've learned
Oh,
parental
no.
disapproval is constant, and periwinkle is a blue.
Yeah. Tell your parents you didn't even know what a periwinkle was.
And your parents said you were wasting your time watching this stream, chat.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like doing one of those what I think I do, what my parents think I do kind of memes
Yes.
right now.
So anyway, a
should-
periwinkle on an arse.
should- I'm going to get my words. Should Volgar Windrune fall in this battle in the next couple of rounds, surrounded by, dreadful sea creatures, you may never know whether he meant a small flower or a shellfish on that toad. So if that doesn't motivate you to lift defense, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
All right. One of them attacks Grumnan in the order of 9, which I presume you're adequate.
That simply slides off my shield, and when it does, I look at Cari and just go, and as if like, see.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, like you
He's
thought we
just,
were.
like not even phased.
You know in Lord of the Rings how that they had the counting game of where they counted how many people they killed, right? I'm the opposite. I show how many shield shots I blocked, like that. So I'm like, haha,
Gotcha.
one.
One.
I love
I
it.
love it.
The one that's engaged with Katira attacks her shield bearing or not, in the order of 16 and 8.
God.
One hit.
16 hits, 8 does not.
That's the spear stabs towards your. Oh, ow! 7 hit points damage. Nice. Ominous thunder crackles on the horizon as the periwinkle question struggles to remain a live part of this universe. Will it exit reality forever, along with the life and lifeblood of Windroom as he's surrounded?
Not if I have anything to say anything.
To do with it.
No.
Excellent.
That's the one thing in life I really want to know now. What the hell is a periwinkle? I want to know his description. Is he using it as like as a metaphor, as a like what in what context is this coming through? So I'm going to rage.
Well, maybe his name is
defense.
Peregrine, and he's talking about a part of his anatomy. That's also possible, of course.
Of course. Let's Murray, don't exert yourself too much there, but
Will be answered next time. I just made my fantastically powerful Sahuagin priestess, who did that fantastic radiant damage, just run up and try and bite Grumman instead of standing at the top on the thing.
You know what? That's how annoying I am. I have the ability to draw people towards me. They're just like, I just want to hit him. Like you know the person. It's just like, yeah. Ben, do you know the person? Do you know the kind of person that you just want to hit?
Yeah.
Do you know what the person where you just want to hit him? Like real. You know the one where you're just like.
Yeah.
I do like the image on the map at the moment, Nathan, where Grumman is actually standing in front of the caster, sort of defending him in a way.
He's being the hero. Yeah.
He is. He's the hero.
He's breaking rule 1.
There's a hero inside.
Or maybe Murray. I don't think your character's a hero. The rule is stand behind the hero. In case of beef, stand behind the hero. Maybe I look to you as the course operator, and I'm actually just defending the price I actually thought I paid to be able to get this course done. So,
but you know exactly. But you know in your heart of hearts that when it comes to winking, I am certainly the wink hero, and you want to learn how to wink from me.
Yeah, I'm one of the people.
After your failed wink save or wink skill test, I want
to become a master winker. Yeah,
that's right.
You're right.
All right, I'm going to change the music out for your turn, Nathan, because it's because it's such a dramatic moment.
It is. You know what?
Are you going to heal your friend, your master, your mentor, your course leader?
Ooh.
What's going to happen? It's your turn.
You won't get a refund if you don't. So,
Oh, yeah, right.
Do you know what?
Then
I look at him, because the thing is, I've got Healing Word. Now, Healing Word is a bonus action. So not only can I heal him, I can heal him in freaking style. All right. So, so I will. I'm gonna give him the wise. It's a wise wisdom, which is use the shield so you don't get hit. Right. That's the. So not only do I heal him like physically, I'm also healing him mentally and emotionally a little bit as well, I guess, because you got to shield yourself, your heart, even though you know what's coming. Sometimes you need to block that. So I'm going to cast that. So that is a bonus action, as I said previously. I'm just looking up here to make sure I get the spell correct, because it's really embarrassing, because everyone can probably see what it does.
And give me as many hit points as you possibly can.
Are you dead, or are you like?
No, I'm 1/3 down. I'm
1/3. Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. If you were to numerically describe how much you're hurting right now, how much numerically would you be feeling?
Put a number on it.
Yeah, if you had to put a number on it between 1 and
18 hit points left there.
Okay.
I'm hovering. My little finger's hovering over my cool stream deck setup with all my one shots on it.
So that's 1d4 plus 3, and I'm doing it now.
Excellent. Boom.
Nice.
I love that spell sound. It's fantastic.
That was spell-shul. Anyway, so you've done that.
How do you disrespect a joke? How do you disrespect a joke in chat? I'm going to respect the healing, though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you need?
No one effed for respect at all in chat, so they didn't like the joke. Is that the conclusion?
So, quick question. How you feeling, buddy? You good?
I don't know. You haven't
I'm saying this all in the 6 seconds, by the way, because it's like.
well,
How many hit points did you heal?
Oh no, he rolls it. I emotion. I give. Look, I just send it out there to the world, and he has to then heal himself.
I see.
I'm follow. It's
I
like you
see
said
what
in
you're
your
saying.
book. You know.
Heal thyself.
Right,
Healing
right.
comes
Know
from
your-
within.
Know your future. Right, I see. I'm gonna just sort of take this that you obviously rolled very low, but that's okay. So did I. So I healed
no,
4 hit.
three.
1
Yes, to pay
plus
disrespect. We need
Yeah.
a Syrinscape emoji thing.
So 1d4 plus 3. So what did you get?
I got 4.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
And then I will do cure wounds on you as well,
Oh,
which is cure light wounds. No, cure wounds. 2d8. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that at second level.
That'll be a waste of a.
Okay,
cure light
one.
wounds.
Okay, cure wounds then at level 1, which is 1d8 plus 3.
Yeah, do that.
And once again, here's a little bit of knowledge I give you. Okay, so I say defense will stop you dying.
So
Wow.
when
Another one
when,
for the coffee table book.
Oh.
when you had stand behind the shield,
Yep.
I quickly say I am, and then however
I
out
feel
of respect
good.
for
Can I heal?
out of respect for the healing that you give me,
Yeah.
I can say, I see you've read some of my book, and then I run off. But is that all you're allowed to do?
Ah!
I'm gonna run
Famous and
towards-
talking to me.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run. Yeah, you're fanning out right now. You're fangirl.
Yeah, I'm your biggest fan.
Fan dwarfing, I suppose. This Shogun on the left of the captain. That's
Yes.
the one I fried for 20 points.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm-
within an inch of his life.
Great.
Hit him again,
I'm gonna fry him some more, but
Oh,
this time I'm gonna fry him. I'm gonna fillet him.
Ooh, that's
And
Yeah.
I'm basically. Is that going to work? I'm not built for melee, but I think the battle mist of Katira has come over me, which is really bad for a
So,
magic user.
Are you
suddenly
taking?
attacked by battle
Are you
rage.
taking in?
Here
Are you
comes,
taking
here
in all our
comes battle
different?
rage. Battle rage from a non.
Rage
AC
from the
12.
spellcaster.
Hang on.
AC
Not
12.
battle rage.
I
Battle
rolled
mage.
a natural 20
Yes! Ah!
on my dagger of 1d4 plus 4. Wow. Amazing.
It doesn't matter.
So,
Kick it
Critical
out.
damage. So you're going to
2d4 plus 4.
double on the die. That's right.
Yep.
He only has 2 hit points, Murray. So it's almost impossible to stuff this up.
You,
How many does he have?
Don't say that.
That's lucky. I make him a shish kebab for 7 hit points of damage.
Excellent.
Can we get some claps in chat? A mage walked up and just slapped a guy like that. That
Well, it was
takes
more
some-
like at the front of his running,
Mm.
and almost to keep the blood off his blue. So there's kind of a dagger sort of sticking out not quite an arm's length. So he doesn't actually know enough melee skill to be actually skillful. But he then runs towards the enemy, and the dagger goes in first.
The
so it's
pointy
much
end,
more
right?
of a coincidence of the fact that he was running with a sharp object and ran into the
On a
enemy.
boat.
Not that he kind of stabbed the enemy, just that he kept running and the dagger happened to be in front of him.
Kotira can't tell that, but she sees it over her shoulder and is secretly impressed, but doesn't say anything and makes a mental note.
I'm
And
Somewhere in your mind, Kronos, there's your mother sort of shaking her head. Told you not to look sharp objects. How many times do I have to say it?
you know what I hear from my mum? That stain will never come out. Okay.
Oh,
You need to get that
yeah.
Oh my god.
you need to get that into cold water really quickly.
Um,
Don't rub it. Don't rub it. You get you sort of.
You're running with sharp objects. You're running with scissors. You
You have to
stop
dab it. Dab it.
I've now gone into
Take someone's eye out.
I've gone into
What?
freak out mode as a safety officer. You've literally running with scissors. I can't think of anything more worse than running with scissors on a boat. We're
Yeah.
gonna.
You know what else
Your
happened?
fangirl moment is tempered when you
Yeah.
see him running with scissors, and it's just you're terribly conflicted in your soul.
Cari, all I can say
know
is
what?
don't meet your heroes.
And you know
No,
what?
don't
you know what-
meet your
you know
heroes.
what-
Don't meet your
You're
heroes.
so
You know what
right.
happened when I killed it? I didn't shish kebab it. I took its eye out. So literally, I
shot your eye
ran
out.
with a shot. You take someone's eye out with that.
You know
I
the-
am
you know the
living
worst part
embodiment
is
of
we
that
did it-
Parental advice.
We didn't know whose eye was it. All we saw, you fell down and an eye fell out of between the pile, and we weren't sure whose was who. It could have been either way.
Oh,
Right? Yes. But I think I do have the presence of mind to wink at the captain.
With which
Excellent.
eye? The one that's missing?
the
or-
eye. That's right. The captain says, "How do I speak in a Scottish accent? Oh, that was marvellous! Jolly good show."
Can I have that on a t-shirt, please? How can I speak in a Scottish accent? Oh!
He doesn't want to show thanks in Welsh or.
That would
I've-
be
All right.
totally off-brand.
So, one more attack from one remaining Jin on Cari's character. 13 doesn't hit you.
Does not hit.
Takes his second attack with his jaw and gets us a 6. Gets us a we get to the 6s, we do.
It did hit you,
To
just
imagine
flexed.
as I'm looking over my shoulder at Pronos, this thing is just like going like like on my breastplate, and I'm just kind of like not really noticing, and I like look back and it's just like
Funny.
Can I be
That's
honest? It's just like at the pub, just guy doing stupid stuff like
Right,
attacking you, like
right.
whatever.
just holding back. All right,
Yeah, I'm
probably
making
last
friends.
roll of the dice for the pretty powerful Sarhajin princess.
A
Priestess?
jolly good show. That's an English phrase. Imposter.
Jolly good show. What? I see. I need to click on it. Okay. The spells this priestess has not really set up massively for combat.
That seems like a.
Tongues. Level 3 slot is filled with tongues.
Oh.
There's a joke there, but I'm just so mature. I'm
just gonna have to guiding bolt again. Right, awesome. The priestess attacks Grumnan with a guiding bolt, a roll of only 8. Sadness! Radiant, horrible, dark, slimy, C positive radiant damage comes flying towards you. But
that's a very
Grumnan,
specific damage.
how could you, if there was like a ray of light coming towards you, Grumnan, how could you reflect it? Is there any useful tools you might have in your arsenal?
like any
well-
reflective pieces or something.
I do
Nice.
have. Just so you know, my character, and we're going to go to this because I think it's very important for you to see this, Benjamin. But if we go to this, do you see my character has small reflective panels on his shirt there? Because safety is number one, and safety is number one priority. So this, when it comes towards me, not only does it affect me, but you can see I shine like a beacon of safety, right? And I don't want to say it reflected back at her, but I think it did. And
Dude,
you
the
know what?
music is perfect right now.
I will take the hit. I will take the hit, and I will fire it back at her as well, right? 'Cause-
Oh, just Care Bear staring.
yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna
because that's so cool.
I'm gonna Care Bear it. I'm gonna take the hit. What damage is it, Ben? It automatically hits. What's the damage?
4d6.
No, actually, second thought. Second thought.
Foolish.
I rolled the 4d6.
Yep. How
It
much?
is only. Oh, and I'm going to roll it again because it's too low. It's.
Oh wow.
Can I just say I love that
Why didn't I say
we're
that
at the
on my
point we
healing
can admit
spell?
that.
I could have done that on my healing spell, and
17 hit points damage on both you and the Swahojian princess.
Yep.
Boom!
Can I
This
just
music
say?
is
Look
a
at this.
very
Ready?
exciting sneak preview of the brand new music that I just delivered to Christian, who's building the sounds for Rime of the Frost Maiden. So one of the future, not yet released chapters of the Rime of the Frost Maiden, and this is the chase scene music. So all of you who are watching, lucky
I
you,
knew that.
you're getting a good preview. You knew that.
Listen to Rime of
I
the
knew
Rime of the Frost Maiden when it comes out. You should get it. It's pretty great.
Can
That's
I?
pretty cool stuff.
Can I just say some of Christian's
Buy
music is
my
actually
book.
freaking
Buy
good.
my
Like
book.
I've heard some of it, and it's just like
I'm not claiming authorship of Rime of the Frost Maiden, just so you're clear on that, though.
It's like none of us are directly associated.
I'm
All right.
I'd get in trouble.
Benjamin.
She
As
casts that spell and legs it back up the deck and is climbing up onto the forecastle. I don't know what it's called. Seeing that, this Sahwajin starts to leg it away from the dwarven captain, who says, "How do I speak in a Scottish accent? Where are you going, you coward?" And
Do you know?
chases him as well.
Can I just say, I really hope that he's actually saying that, and that he's not Scottish, but he's really trying to put that out there. Like he knows the stereotype, and he can't. He's actually meant to. He's this beautiful spoken language, but he has to hide it behind because the stereotype forces him to be able to do that, or people just don't
be like,
take him. Yeah. Like you're like a, you're a Shakespeare-based actress as an half orc, but you've got to play the role.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. You'll never.
I
know.
see.
It's really a loving act of trying not to shatter people's misconceptions too hard, too far. So easing them into understanding and openness and broad thinking.
So Ben, his shield's up, but it's an emotional shield.
That's right. Awesome. They are fleeing the deck. Grumman, your turn. There's really only the one facing Katira, who probably has got that covered. I suspect the priestess who is fleeing, and the one that the captain's going to take care of.
I'm going to go protect Katira, because obviously she doesn't have a shield, so she is in danger. I feel
am
like
not.
nope. So you're in danger. So as the team leader, I think it's of imperative to step beyond my 5 rules and to step up. So I don't even know if I can make it because I have such a slow. No, I can make it.
Yeah, you can make that.
Yeah.
This music is so anticlimactic. I love it.
Oh,
all
right. So here he goes. He's walking up, right? Boom, 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 boom.
Nice.
Oh, I should have thought of what I'm going to do beforehand. I have a bit of performance.
If you attack it, I could disengage without an attack of opportunity. But do whatever you want, by all means.
Or I do the safest thing. I'm going to do a bit of self-talk. So I'm going to like, you can do it. You can do it. I'm going to heal myself. Because healing comes from the inside. So that's 1d4 plus 3. So that's
this
4.
Is that free action thingy, that bonus action or whatever.
That certainly is. So that's 4 healing points for me. Damn right.
Excellent.
And then we are going to what could we do? We could see. This is the thing. The plethora of options is just so high.
It only has hit points.
Pardon? How many hit points?
It only has 8.
I'll hit it with my massive hammer.
Excellent. Go and do that. AC 13.
I hit it. I rolled an 11 plus 6.
An 11.
That's 17.
That's enough to hit. 17 being more than 12.
And do you know what 10 is, Ben?
What?
10 is more than he has alive.
Yay!
Oh! Get him, Grumman.
And I look up her. I'm gonna try and roll a wink. And that's I'm gonna put that on performance, right? Oh yeah, I am +1. Let's see.
+1.
8 plus 1, Ben. So I'm gonna let you decide on if that happens.
What was the wink DC?
Yeah, what was the wink DC, Ben?
What kind of save do I need to make against his wink?
Yeah, that's actually true. It's a player versus player combat. So can you roll intimidation? I guess.
I would say intimidation is perfectly appropriate. I only got a 7 intimidation. I'm in the middle of something, man. I was like coming down to offer the death blow, and this guy came in and ganked my kill.
Yep.
Furious.
And you know what? I wink, and I hold up a shield, and like I look at, you know what? I pull out my spare shield, and I start to try and like offer that up.
Oh, that's really cute. I don't want to intimidate him. My low roll is adorable. It's perfect.
Oh, that's fantastic. You're just like,
and it's dwarf size.
Too small
I was about to say, yeah. It's more like it'd be good you could put it on your fist for punching people.
It covers like my left boob, and that's it.
Right.
That's like all fantasy armor, right?
Yes. I weld it onto my shoulder. It's perfect, like a pauldron.
That's right. Yeah.
So anyway, that's how you D&D, right?
You know the name of the shoulder thing. Did you really actually know the name?
Pauldrons. Yeah.
Darn right I did.
I think you beat Barry to it. That is amazing, Cari.
It wasn't my place to name the boob dron.
God bless.
But,
that's what it should be named instead, though.
We now need an update to this art. We need to have a small shoulder pad.
Oh man, that's
It's gonna
imagine if
keep
any
going.
of us takes like facial damage. We'll need to update the art with scratches. This princess is still fleeing off the top of the ship, the front of the ship?
She is. Katira's turn is first. So
Yeah.
you want to cut this princess down before she escapes into the waters.
Darn right, I want to cut her down for
Gonna
5.
run over there.
Does
Yep.
she look
Yep.
like? Does she look like a main character? Is her her model look distinct enough that you were like, hang on?
Does she
could
have
be
a name instead of
Yeah.
Shah?
Does she-
Yeah. She's got a paragraph rather than.
Is
a
she the
sentence.
priestess or is she a named priestess? Is I guess what we're going to.
Just imagine My Little Mermaid kind of thing, and
Yep.
and the top thing and the mermaid legs and everything, and it's nothing like that. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay,
Perfect, got it. It's in my head.
No,
Does Chat? Did you build that in your mind palace? Is everybody
Yeah,
seeing what we've got that in your head?
A
Header of
non
the
My
mind.
Little Mermaid.
A non My Little
an
Mermaid.
An anti My Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Having missed the beginning of this adventure, killing off the princess sounds very sus. Evil Dice
Ooh.
Monkey.
I
Fantastic.
got 26 to hit priestess.
That'll do it.
Wow.
That
Emotionally or physically?
Mm.
Physically and emotionally, because she's ashamed of herself. That's 14 points of damage.
Oh.
14.
As Katira says, you ain't going anywhere. And then I
Wow.
want to hit her again if I can.
Yeah, go for it. Wow, it's almost half of her hit points.
It's Louise. That's another 26 to hit. Jeez, and another 14 points of damage.
Oh, wow. I thought your chances of getting this creature before it left the ship were slim, but not when
Well,
its
the
hit
way
points
I
went
the way I imagine this happening is I run up behind her and slash up, kind of like
Yep.
across her back, and she sort of stumbles.
Mm.
And then I come up right after I say, "You ain't going anywhere," and I chop down on her
Oh.
leg.
Oh.
Do
She-
you have
still-
any more movement
Is she
left?
still up? Is she still up?
She is. Does Katira need to get out of the line of sight?
I'm doing a
Katira
crossbow.
probably, honestly, is too seeing red right now to want to move. She probably forgot.
Can I just say,
they ran.
I like that Katira said, I slashed her on her back, then she stumbled. I'm going to put it out there. Most people are going to stumble when you have an ash slash that does nearly half your life to your back. I'm going to say stumbling is a normal reaction.
Stumble
now,
forward.
did I, in the last game, I've got my 2 portent rolls. I know I used the 1 to make sure that the Salvage and crit failed, but I haven't used my 17 yet.
Definitely not.
So I am going to impose my 17 on this crossbow bolt, bashing into the back of the neck of this Sahuagin princess.
We need dramatic music back again for your character.
We
don't
do, we do.
Is it
yes,
going to be
yes,
an?
I don't
Is
want
it-
any-
is
I don't
this a
want- I don't want
non-lethal
any
arrow?
anticlimactic music for me.
Absolutely. Here we are.
All right.
So it hits. Inevitably, just as you foresaw.
Just as I foresaw it would, it hits, doing 1d8 plus 4, 9 damage.
Ah, you killed! Ah!
I am furious. Katira has had not 1 but 2 kills stolen from her today.
Do you know
I'm
what?
going to go up to Katira to extract my crossbow bolt. Go. You should have seen that coming if you'd read my book.
Absolutely.
You
Wow,
foresaw,
that's
and she's foresaw.
And then I think she's going to then suffer a wink from both sides. Both Grumnum and Kronos are going to go.
Oh my god. So Katira is has her axe in her hand, and where she holds onto the axe is wrapped with leather strips, and you can hear that kind of creaky sound leather makes when you're really gripping it hard, and she doesn't say anything, but she just puts her axe on her back and goes, "I need a drink. You dwarves keep any booze around?"
Quick question. On the note of
Yes.
numbers, because I don't want to be the one that points it out, but did we all kill 1 each?
One of us may have killed 3.
I killed 1.
I'm thinking this might be an entire book on its own as opposed to a chapter. I'm going to call it The Sea Journey.
The Sea Journey. Wow. I think all of you have gained the right to add Sahuagin Killer to your title, should you wish.
Yes.
As the captain turns around and says, "How do I speak in a square?" Oh, well, that was quite pretty. Well done, everybody. Oh, my gosh. Where's Tommy? I think he
Oh.
fell. Duh.
he-
And on
was
that stunning, tragic note, all that character for Tommy, which we didn't get to, we shall continue again after a very brief break.
And we're back.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us, by the way. We are the first actual play show on this channel, our fantastic Syrinscape Twitch channel, a brand new thing pretty much. So this is the first actual play role play. So thank you so much, Cari and Nathan and Murray, for being the people to set the tone, establish the culture.
And what a high tone it is. Or is it a low
It's a high tone.
Sure.
And I was-
High tone.
Depends on the
just
night.
I was saying to them how great I love I love the fun. It's the way I love to role play, with some fun, strong characters, really immersive and descriptive, but yeah, very, very silly at times as well, which is fantastic. So, and thank you for coming along the journey. Just look back in 2022, January, at where we are in 2022 and where we were now, both pandemic-wise.
Wow. Is
and also
that a pronos the perspicacious thing? Looking back in 20... I knew where we
We're
were.
looking back from forward.
I know where we are. Wait,
Yeah.
what?
in your imagination palaces, let's pretty much skip 12 months and just sew up this whole pandemic thing completely. We might even be around a table. We might even get to see people in America. That would be amazing, and play.
Dude.
That would be cool.
You know what the
Let's aim
goal?
for that, Cari.
You know what the goal for this?
Yeah, right?
The goal we're
Would. You
setting.
boys
We're
are
setting a
welcome
challenge.
anytime.
We're setting a
Yes,
challenge.
yes,
We're going to
sorry.
play.
There you go.
This group is going to play live somewhere.
Yep. Let's aim towards that.
That's
I love
the goal.
It. I love it. And all of you people who are in chat now or watching this in YouTube after can be in the audience, like at Gen Con or PAX.
It's not.
something.
It's not the same if the audience isn't there. Like, I don't
Not to
play
mention-
just for fun.
Not to mention they'll get all the in jokes because we'll be making jokes about our own character's back history and they'll be like, I know what that joke's about.
So if you're
Right.
carrying the audience, you need people to know about this show so that they don't get to miss out on the experience of being the people who were on board earlier. Because there's going to be a moment when you guys are sitting in the audience, an actual physical audience, and we're actually playing, and we're able to get you up on stage and join us and shout out suggestions and stuff.
And we'll
These
mention
guys say weird Australian and New Zealander phrases that sometimes you might not know what they mean.
Yeah, exactly.
So
If
consider this the 6-week course.
Exactly. And if we talk about a boob dron, you'll know that it's not some obscure item of armor. It's got a very narratively dense back
Very
history,
important.
as the spare shield from Grumnum and the was it
Do
the
you know
left
what?
boob? I think
It's-
it was the left
It's
boob.
the left boob.
The
yes.
left
Yeah.
boob.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
So
I
grab
need
your
the
friends
freedom
and
of
tell-
motion for my right boob.
Yeah.
friends
Obviously,
tell
it can't be the
about
right boob.
Amazon S.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like it can't be the right boob. That's just wrong. Like, let's not over sexualize this, all right? It's the left boob.
What'd you say,
Like-
Ben? What'd you say, Ben?
I don't know what I'm saying. Yes, grab your friends, tell them to come and drop a follow on the Syrinscape Twitch channel so that they'll be able to see when we go live again and come catch up. Be part of the beginning of the journey. That would be marvelous.
Oh.
Sorry, Nathan. I spoke like over almost all of your sentence before.
No,
But-
I can I just say because I'm streaming at the moment from my computer, I have power. I can just like talk over the top of you, and I've got like I take over.
Oh.
So I don't want to say I'm a big shot, but like you can't talk over me. I got
That's right. Oh, my God.
Not yet. We're getting
So
you
if
sorted.
Nate seems like he's being interrupty, he's not. He's a really good dude. He's just, he's the only one he can hear.
So
Look,
we
I'm
were
not-
just discussing what the character's actual maximum hit points were. So
Yeah.
what are yours, Cari?
My hit points, right now I'm a little achy breaky, but my total hit points is 50.
And what about when you flex?
When I flex, it appears to be a 60, but isn't really.
Yeah, 10 additional fake. Yeah, no, makes
Yeah,
sense.
fake hit point. It's
Yeah.
like Spare the Dying or whatever that one is or False Life, where it gets you like,
That's
got it.
So 17 damage all in one go is not going to really sort of scratch the sides, is it?
Yeah,
And
that's
what-
why Ben gave me a hard time about my armor class earlier, but I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely. And Nathan, your max hit points? To be
my-
revealed. The power of D&D Beyond.
My max hit points is 274. But
Wow.
to kind of make you guys feel a little bit more comfortable with my presence being around, I've dropped that down to 43.
Okay, excellent. Oh, so 17 would be a little bit nasty.
Well, yes, but I'm the good old squishy wizard with 27 hit points, so that would have made me freak out something serious.
You know,
Yeah.
So
you know when you're in like a group conversation and then everybody's talking about like the one thing they're good at and you're like, oh no, it's coming around to me and I'm really not good at this. Like, we're like, oh, 50, 43.
Right.
So
7.
what's everybody's intelligence score?
yeah.
I've been getting targeted a lot on Instagram at the moment about like when you're a photographer and you want to pose and stuff like that, all these great photography hints. So I now know how to do wall poses, how to lean up against the wall in a way that's really relevant to my audience.
I find that with the mini painting posts.
Mm.
Like, here's how I've painted my minis, and I'm like, I am never painting a mini again. I feel so useless.
I did it once in my life. I have no desire. I had more paint on my freaking hands than I did on the mini.
I love painting minis, but it's the comparison photos where you're like, oh, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I want to be inspired, not terrified. So
yeah, that's right.
It's an interesting balance.
Ben, the chat's asked, and by the chat, you haven't, but they should. What are those poses? Ben, there you go.
What pose?
Yeah, there was like a double elbow or something, looking back like that.
Yeah.
And you let your skirt kind of flick out or something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's
your skirt.
And the other two I can't remember because I didn't really pay attention properly, and so now I feel really impressed.
That's not the kind of person I want in my seminar courses, by the way. Chat.
That's the person you want out the front to
doesn't
sell
really
it.
listen. Practice their wall poses as they learn about their future.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! So the captain and the dwarves gather after looking over the edge of the ship, unable to save the character's name.
Tommy.
I can't even remember now.
Tommy.
Tommy.
Like the guy from The Room.
Yeah. Oh, what was that? That was trouble. That definitely doesn't sound anything like Scottish. Oh, assailed by Sargin. Those filthy fish of the sea. Those lizard people with their spiky tridents. Aye.
Why would they attack you?
We must be in filthy waters indeed.
Are you sure it's not something you've done? I say, looking like his parents.
Are you sure you didn't deserve it? Are you sure Tommy was that kind of guy?
Did you bring this on yourself?
Quick question: are you just imposing your feelings onto other people? Is that just like using it as the outlet? Like, it's not a mind spike. It's just called a mind projection.
No, it's just that universal parental disapproval look. I just adopt that and go.
Every one of my crew deserves to survive and certainly not be pulled into the water by a lizard folk. Why didn't you protect him? I thought you were here to be strong.
I turn over my shoulder because I've been looking over the edge of the boat. I'm like, we were too busy protecting you. Sorry.
Oh, hi. He puts his hand up to his shoulder and then brings his hand away, and there's blood glistening on his hand as you realize there's blood blooming out. And a little bit of lung juice.
I heal him.
Ooh.
I heal him.
As blood, but yeah.
I heal his narrative. Can I heal his narrative damage?
Oh, you don't actually cast a spell?
Yeah.
Are you going to cast a spell? Yes. Sorry, narrative damage. Yes.
Yeah, that's how you heal somebody, Benjamin.
That's right. You reach forward, cast a cure on him.
Men,
Right.
just.
Thank you. That was it. They had sharp spears indeed.
I kind of look down at my leg where I'm still hurt as well, and I like have blood on my hand also. And I'm like, yeah, no. They had spears a lot.
Do you heal Katira as well, Nathan?
Do you heal Katira as well, Nathan?
I wink at her. Does she wink back?
Oh.
I do not wink back.
Okay.
Nope.
Then so let's have a look here. How much damage are you on? It is.
I have 30 out of my 50 hit points if I had to put a number on it. 60%, if you will.
Yeah. I'll cast a level 2, so that I'll cast Cure Wounds at level 3.
There's a bigger for this one.
Because you really need cure.
Nathan, can you do hand gestures to accompany the sound? Ready?
Oh,
Ready?
Nathan.
It was. It keeps going.
Bigger spell. The bigger spell.
Level 3, buddy. Level 3.
So I look at you and
never
I
healed
say,
anyone at level 3 before.
I know. I look at her and say, you can do it. I believe in you. Knowing from my reading of the subject that's what's going to heal you the most is the self-belief that healing comes from inside.
I try to wink, but I can't also, but in the same way, so I just blink.
Oh, I love it.
So you heal.
And I look at him, and I kind of lean down. I'm like, did I do it?
Can I just say the dwarves are like, yep, shit, oh, that's, oh, she did it. I've never seen anybody wink like that in my life.
Nathan, I missed how many points I got back. How many points did I get back?
Emotionally, how many do you feel you got?
Apparently you rolled.
Boy, I forgot. I have to make the roll.
Yeah,
what was the?
It's 3d8 plus 3d8 plus 3.
Awesome.
3d8 plus 3. Ooh, nice. 14. And heck yeah, 21 points back. Katira's full.
Oh, that's
Did
full
you
power. You
do you feel like you
blood?
Yeah. You feel like you worked through your
All down
issues
your
there.
leg encrusted over your boots. What boots do you wear? Do you wear sort of?
Katira wears boots that kind of look like sort of pieced together from other like dried pieces of leather. Like you can very clearly see where the stitches are in the boots. They're pretty messy. They're pretty irregular, but like they get the job done. You can see little like bits of fur even like lining the boots. So
They've got stomping points.
So they're warm.
Yeah, right. They do. Yeah, there you go. See, stopping points.
Absolutely, I love it. So there's quite a lot of blood in one of those boots. Was it their left thigh was skewered with a spear? Yeah, awesome.
But I take my boot off. I sit up on the ledge of the ship and I take my boot off and I'm like, ugh. And I just, is there like a bucket to lower down to get water from the ocean?
Yeah,
or anything
and
like that?
Tommy the dwarf's down there going like, and he's like, it's just out of his
Tommy
reach.
The dwarf is dead and gone, and anyway, I lower the bucket down and get some water and start trying to scrub out my boot.
Like any real hero, once you actually start tending to the shadow of the wound, in this case, do you wince? Sort of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Like once it's like, well, and especially because it's like salt water. Once it like hits, it's pretty immediately. And I try not to. Like I kind of turn away, and I don't like yell, but I just kind of like as I turn away from the others.
Peter,
I'm gonna take out my. Sorry, I was gonna take my notebook out, which might look like I'm investigating the priestess's body, but I'm actually writing down key phrases to record the Shawagin's gills were already turning grey after I heroically skewered her and saved the life of the half-orc barbarian with a well-placed quarrel from my crossbow, which of course I knew was going to hit the minute it left my bow. In fact, before I even pulled the trigger, I knew it was going to hit.
Some say you didn't even roll.
Actually
there
true.
wasn't a chance it didn't.
Which is
won't hit.
True. But I do actually kind of, poke around and see, is there any evidence or sign or loot body? I don't loot the bodies, but I certainly take, notice of things that might be useful for the future.
Yeah, no, they seem to be set up pretty much just for a raid. Like they're a raiding party out on the go. They don't have like their kind of driver's license or any spare change.
Right. No scroll that says attack the ship at all costs. No, nothing.
No, that's right. No.
An autograph.
In all of them, I look for a hook.
No name of an employer.
Is there an adventure hook? There don't seem to be any hooks of any kind, adventure hooks or otherwise. No.
Okay.
It's
No,
just a random piece of violence.
Right.
Sort of setting the mood kind of piece of.
Okay.
No adventure hooks or anything. I go over, so once I kind of get my boot cleaned up and get myself cleaned up, I go over to where Pronos is diligently writing in his little journal. And I go, is that for your new book?
Well, yes, it is, of course.
Are we all going to be in it?
I think so. You are already in it.
Well,
would you like
let
to
me
read?
see. Yeah, let me see.
Oh no. Well, once it's finished, I'm sure that I'll give you an advanced signed copy. I know you'd like that.
Can I make an insight check to see if I believe him?
I love it. I love it.
Oh, dude, I got a 21 insight.
Oh, I'm absolutely going to give you a copy of the book signed from me when it's out. It's
The thing I was
You-
more
you might-
concerned with is you didn't lie at all.
I didn't.
God
I
dang
have,
it.
No, no.
You're definitely in the book.
An experienced charlatan.
Can I just say?
I just cycled back through all the things you said, and I'm like, there were like no lies detected.
Do you know the best part is you're also going to be like on the cover doing that pose Ben did, like the.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, being saved from Shawagin by my.
That's the part that I
crossbow
want to
bolt. Yeah.
frickin' read, and I'm gonna get to read that book.
Do you know?
Katira makes a mental note.
And when
You're going to read the
and-
book, and you're
and
just going to be like, Gah!
because we
Katira can
share
barely read though. If there's
Yeah,
some
because we-
4-syllable words in there, she gonna be done.
because we share that moment of you gaining insight as to if I'm lying to you or not. It's
Yeah.
one of those awkward silence moments, and that's when I unleash my wink on you.
Ooh.
There's a hell fucking happened there.
You got something in your eye.
Nice.
Only fame.
And
Sure
I
to
kind of. Katira's like exact reaction for a half a second. She thinks, and then she laughs, and then she like punches him in the arm, like probably a little.
I go flying into the front part of the book.
Can I be honest? I'm looking forward to this book, and it's just like on the front of the book, it's just like Katira, just like going like, oh,
Like
being
one
all
of
like
those, like,
feminine, and it's
romance
just,
novels.
and you're like in there with the like huge muscles, like carrying her forward on the boat.
Artistic license.
Yeah.
Artistic license. I gave the artist like a briefing, and that's what they came back with. I'm sorry.
Katira gets it from the bookstore. She's like, "What the hell is this?"
Who's this on the cover?
What have I done? Anyway, Benjamin, we were playing
Yes,
D&D.
it's fine. I'm enjoying
Ben-
myself. So, yeah, the ship is cleaned up. They try and unscore the sort of scratch a bit of the burnt parts of the deck from Murray's from Pronos's flames.
What about
Yeah,
the
for
claw
much
marks?
Damage is done. The decks are washed down of the blood of dwarf and Sohajin alike. And then, yeah, the voyage. There's a little bit of debate about whether they should turn back, whether it's too dangerous, but we have a job to get done, so we may as well go ahead and do it. Let's get to this vessel and
How
sail
long
it
is
back
it?
to port.
How long is it to the destination?
We should be coming of the morning if we make good headway in the night and the wind's blowing favorably. We should be seeing this cursed Emperor of the Waves by the morning, I'd be saying. Somewhere
Excellent.
lucky.
Time for a rest then. Have you a hammock?
Ah, nice. Nicely played. Excellent. Yes.
Otherwise, I'll be out of spell slots and I'll be
A long
useless to
rest.
everybody.
I feel like a long rest.
Oh, about 8 hours then.
That's right.
Ish.
The rest of the evening passes without incident as you manage to bunker down. A little bit of a double watch set up in anticipation of any further trouble, but indeed none arrives. None, at least that wakes you from your gentle slumber,
Mm.
and you can restore any hit points left that you are missing still. Excellent, and wake up fully rearmed for a day of trouble, should there be any. But it is a straightforward mission. Go to the Emperor of the Waves. A dwarven sort of skeleton crew will be put onto it so that they can then be sailed back to port. You have the slightly awkward side mission of securing this magic box so that nothing...
Magic blue box.
Blue magic box. Absolutely.
Shiny blue metal box. That's what I have written down. I take good notes.
I think if they're going to put a skeleton crew on board, we should have kept Tommy.
Yo, it's Tommy. Tommy the Tom.
Where's Necromancer? When's
Hey,
the
yo.
Damn it!
it's
Why don't I have
Yo,
a
yo,
necromancy
yo.
spell in my spellbook?
So after it's not early in the morning, unfortunately, because the Emperor of the Waves proves more difficult than anticipated to locate. The sea is still, and you would have thought that you could locate this vessel by its tall mast, its sails, which presumably might be ripped. But there's some crisscrossing of the ocean, some consternation, a little bit of sort of passive-aggressive recriminations about, well, I would have gone back that way, and haven't we come here before, between the navigator and the captain.
Can I ask Peter, the captain,
Yes.
what the Emperor of the Waves looks like? What description he's been given for it?
The Captain Volgar or whatever his name is.
Volgar, sorry, not
Volgar.
Peter.
Yeah, that's right. Peter's the non Scottish, slightly sus rope curler.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
that was
Peter
no,
was
that was
the one that I got off
that
on
was
a bad
Larry.
foot with.
Larry, come on, that was Larry the Larry.
It
Yeah.
was Larry.
Wow.
Peter chap.
There's
Continuity,
no Peter
people.
On this boat.
We are serious gamers. Continuity.
Get
I can't live with
Together.
this. My name's
Be a
associated with this now.
professional.
Oh my god.
You're right, Larry. Larry continues to curl
Larry
ropes.
the
There's a lot
laureate,
of-
or whatever the funny joke
That's right.
Murray made the other week was.
That's very fun.
It was.
That was right. It was my rope pun.
Yeah.
It was. So yes. Oh well, it's a vessel much like this. A couple of masts, tall, 2 masts, one at the front and one at the back, and then 2 smaller ones in the middle. Square rigging, a forecastle, not too long, very similar to this vessel. I don't know where it is, to be frank.
Is that enough for me to cast locate object and find it?
Oh, that is super cool. That's a great idea. Yes. Yes.
So I cast it on myself, and I can sense the direction of the object's location up to 1,000 feet from me.
Ooh.
to 1,000
So,
feet. Yeah, it's sort of
So-
not long enough to be useful. You should easily be able to see several miles, shouldn't you?
wonder whether
1,000
it's kind of,
feet? No.
But if it's
There's 5,280 feet in a mile.
if it's
Yeah.
submerged, and therefore not mastered the way it is, or
Yeah.
if it's hidden by a spell, I'll kind of get the sense of which direction it's in.
But you can't extend this spell or max it out or cast it to a higher level or anything.
I don't. It
Just
doesn't.
the single burst or something.
The spell can't locate an object if any thickness of lead, even a thin sheet, blocks it.
Is the ship is the floating vessel made of lead, Benjamin?
Yeah, it's not saying anything about being able to cast it at higher levels or anything.
Yeah. But definitely, you can definitely cast it to see whether it's floating just a bit below the waves or something, which is probably a good idea. Excellent. You do that.
Okay. Do I
What
get
le-
any sense? It's a second level divination spell.
Touch that little sound there. So no, you can't locate any other ships around the vessel.
Shoot.
So after and some additional crisscrossing, increasing frustration, a little bit of the heat of day, lots of squinting off into the waves and pointing at things that turn out to just be floating pieces of wood in the water.
Do they look like they've been dressed wood, as in were once part of a ship?
Would you like to encourage the captain to pull up next to one of them and retrieve it to investigate it?
Definitely.
Excellent. So you do that. The ship is steered towards one. There's some hooks thrown into the water. Once again, more recriminations from the dwarves. About why didn't you throw it that way? And
As they're fighting, Katira just jumps in.
Ah.
I want to jump off the ship and cannonball.
Hooray!
It's so freaking hot on this boat,
Yeah.
and I want to jump in and just grab the thing and I'm like, all right, boys, hold me up. And I wait
Nice.
for a rope.
I love it. So you leap in, you grab this big plank, this sort of bunch of planks, and then much more easy for the retriever. They throw a rope in, and you can actually actively grab it, and that you rappel up the side of the ship and look very, very awesome doing it. Chucky,
That
what the-
was a relief. I kind of shake off like a dog when I get
Is
up
that
out of the boat.
Is that could you do that in slow motion? Like you just
No. Yeah, right.
Yeah. And watch the spine dislocate.
Absolutely. So this piece of wood has "per" written on it in the shape of where you'd write the name Emperor, but it's just the bit that has that bit on it, perhaps.
Right.
After some continued searching, suddenly one of the dwarves calls out, "Oh my goodness me! Look over there!" And
good, accurate, consistent.
Thank you.
Once again,
Well done.
continuity. Yep, continue. Don't mention it. Keep going.
At that moment, does my locate object kick in?
yes.
It's
And you're
over
like-
there.
Oh,
I get a sense that it's over there.
I feel like.
Quick question.
Oh my God.
I don't think it's a locate object spell that's actually kicked in. I think it was just like the blatant obvious hit you in the head, and you were like, "Oh God, it's over there!" I saw
See
it
part of
first.
the mask sticking up.
Yeah, no.
There are only, in fact, Cari is completely right. There are only parts of the masks sticking up. It looks in terrible condition. All the masks have been shorn off. The upper deck seems clear of debris, but there are quite serious holes in various different places up and down this vessel.
Does it match the
Its
mana?
sails and tangled ropes are lying all over the deck and hanging over into the water. The figurehead at the front seems to have just been torn off completely, taking some chunks of the name. And it just, in fact, the name only remains the Waves down the side of the vessel.
Now, I have a question, Ben.
Yes.
Is this ship, like, shipwrecked on, like, rocks, or is this somehow still floating?
It looks like it's still bobbing on the waves. It is leaning rather seriously towards the port.
Okay. I don't know what that part of that boat is.
Thank you. I mean, depending on which way you're looking at my video feed. So
Is that right or
left-ish.
left?
Also,
So if you
the
were standing
orientation
looking
of the
at
boat.
front, you'd be like that. Yeah, the
Yeah.
left bit would be
Okay.
lower.
Got it.
The port bit would be lower. Don't
port bit-
simplify it down.
Left,
We take
port.
things simple. Once again, like we bring up.
Come on.
We don't bring it down a level. We bring it up.
I know. We
Steve.
want to grow people.
Starboard, steering board, right.
That's right. Absolutely.
Ah,
And
okay.
port is red because port is red that you drink, and start with the other colour.
Green, white. Yeah, go on, explain that one.
I
Yeah,
don't have a
because-
mnemonic for that one.
because-
I need
You
to
don't need
remember
it's
one
just
of-
the other one.
Yeah, there's
devices are
always
the best.
there's always the other one. You know.
Yeah, there's always the other one that you just
Yeah.
got to remember. It's the other one.
Yeah, it's
It's
the other
just,
one. It's
one of,
just
it's
not
just
the
one
other
of
three.
the useful things my father taught me, but while remaining essentially emotionally distant.
No,
So-
you're not getting mind spiked. It's okay.
It's
Murray,
fine,
stop
it's
it.
fine. Let's
Stop
keep
it,
playing.
Murray.
Let's keep playing D&D.
Anyway, therapy session 2. Hello and welcome.
Wolfram, or whatever his name is.
I had nothing to do with that. I had not. That was.
Oh yeah,
nothing
Murray,
to-
you
that was
you
not on
didn't.
me.
I saw your hands. You
Like
mind
Captain
spiked
is
in.
bullshit.
You were
Sorry,
like,
apparently I set the tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wolfram Alpha is a maths calculation site. Volgar stands there on the deck and says, "Oh, yeah. Well, I suppose that's the end of it then. That's certainly not going to sail Skeleton Crew or none. There's no putting those masts back up, is there?
Well, it
Oh,
was
well.
still afloat. Surely we could tow it.
how many?
Tow it?
We don't need to bring the whole ship back. Just pull up alongside. We can go on there, do our business, grab the books, and then come back onto the ship.
There might be other things on the boat that
Oh,
are useful to us.
I mean, yeah, go
let's,
on, get any treasure off the boat that there might be.
It doesn't look like it's going to stay afloat for much longer, to be frank, so there's no towing it back to port. But
Could I?
Oh, well,
Can I
let's
say-
whilst giving Katira the disapproving look.
By
of-
the way, I would love to say that was an intentional choice for Katira, but Cari just forgot that the box is a secret.
I applaud you very, very much.
I would love to say, oh yeah, of course I meant to do that. She's stupid, but Cari's stupid.
It was just perfectly serendipitous and gives me the opportunity to give you the disapproving look of your orc mother and father.
Oh, God. Well, joke's on you, because I don't know my orc mother and father.
Ooh.
But you know what their look looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
Or not. You understand? What are you doing? What's that even mean?
I could just feel
You're
it in
talking-
my heart.
You are
Can
a
I-
mess bunch, aren't you? You're saying you want to loot this vessel?
Well, not loot. More rescue.
Investigate.
Investigate. Yes, thank you, Katira.
Our mission is clear. Keep your mission is to keep us safe. Our mission is to bring the vessel back. We can't do it.
Well, I think we've already proven that we can keep you safe. So perhaps the boot's on the other foot, shall we say?
Way. Well,
Ooh, yeah.
I'm not bringing my ship within 500 bonny yards of that. Something evil's gone down on that vessel, if you ask me. I said that. I said a Scottish word.
You said funny yards.
I ken your meaning. I can see.
Alright.
Do you know? And we wonder what broke the role playing was when Ben was like, "I used the
I
word."
used a Scottish.
All right.
That brings the total of actual genuine Scottish vocab that I've used to 1.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Up one from
Tally.
last.
Tally
Yeah.
it
Can I
up.
just say, exponentially. You're going well. That's the first step is one. Can
I
I?
go over. Okay. I want to go over and I put my hand on Volgar's shoulder, which for me is reaching way, way down there. And I just say, like, I understand that you don't want to be within that ship. But what's it gonna do? It's a broken up ship with nobody on board. It's not gonna jump up and bite you. And if you let us go onto the boat, take a look around, you don't want to tow that thing all the way back. That'd take all day. And you said yourself, it's not worth anything to anybody anyway. Look at all those holes.
Oh, there's an evil vapor in the air, and with that Soajin attack, I'd prefer to get out of here, to be frank.
At that point,
Can I
Larry pipes up and says,
Oh, bloody Larry!
Oh, we could row them over there, sir. Then we wouldn't have to bring the vessel close to them.
Larry, you are a true friend, and how anyone could ever have thought anything different would be beyond me.
Yeah, could you imagine somebody mocking you and being
I-
rude to you, Larry?
I cannot. I think, Larry, would you like a section in my new book?
Oh, very, very much, sir. Thank you, Mr. Pronos.
Excellent. Well, if you row us across, then I'm sure that I can turn it into a wonderful episode.
I suppose so. It's the least we can do, especially if you're prepared to divide a little bit of any treasure you find to us. You know, we could use it.
Quick
I'm
question.
I'm
That's
sure
fine.
that can be arranged.
Mend is a
Well-
very powerful spell. Can we just gonna put it out there? There we go. 2 magics.
I think if you carefully read the description of men, completely reconstructing an almost completely destroyed vessel is probably out of the range of possibilities.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds pretty
But we could make
the
a-
worst he can say
we
is
could
no.
make a smaller boat out of the bigger boat, so
Yeah.
that the emperor of the waves becomes the, princeling
prince?
of the waves.
Yeah.
Or
I was
something,
gonna say the Duke of the Waves.
something smaller than emperor, anyway.
Would the name get compressed and it would just become
No, become like the
It would
you
be
know.
like we would repaint it, but it would look really sloppy because Katira would do it and it's
Yeah.
spelled wrong.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like everything else will be done like professionally except for the painting job. Like
Yeah.
like let the orc do the color in. Like
Yeah, it'd be like
The one word, and Katira does not stay in the lines.
It would
No, and
become like the Marquess of the Swell or something, rather than the
That's right.
that reminds me of our
At that
century
point,
swallow.
at that point, inexplicably, the dwarven captain just as if he's been eating it like all morning, takes another bite out of this black dripping haggis.
Two!
Wow. That was-
Haggis!
That's right. Thank you, Evil
Two.
Dice Monkey. Keep it coming. That
Ah,
helps me very
ah,
much.
ah.
Day of role playing my DM gave to me 2 authentic Scottish words.
Yay! Doesn't everyone feel even more immersed?
You know
Perhaps
what? I
if
just
they
feel culturally
Make their
just
way over
bathing
to
in
the end of the waves, they'll end up even more immersed.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Yes.
Well, so hastily a rowing crew is assembled. You're thrust down into the vessel. The soul of winter is kept at a safe distance. The captain, Volgar, assures you that should you not re-emerge onto the decks of the vessel within, a number of safe hours, he's not going to hang around to
An
try and
obligatory
investigate
time.
what fate. That's right. He said, I'll
10
give you
minutes.
just a handful of hours, but if night is falling and you're still not around, you won't find me when you re-emerge, be you a skeleton or not.
Ooh.
Wow.
So
Wow.
you're thrust
Captain.
into the boat. You're making your way over. The sea takes on a peculiar calm as you drift across the glassy water. The
Well,
heat.
we're fine. Syrinscape's music is not hinting
could
at
go
anything
wrong?
here.
Totally. The heat, beats down, and Katira's back, making her want to leap into the water again. But the water has a strange, oily slick to it.
I write in my notebook and read out as we're rowing across with Larry. The sea takes on a peculiar calm, and the sun beats down on Katira's back, making her want to leap into the ocean again. But the sea has taken on a peculiar sheen. This is good stuff, I write. This is going
Man,
to
what good
sell
ideas I'm
millions
getting
of
from
copies.
nowhere.
Oh dear.
Excellent.
I'm saying all of this for Larry's
Yeah.
benefit.
Yeah. What we're doing is we're telling the stories through Larry. He's a real person.
That's absolutely right. He's now my narrator character.
Yeah.
He's the
I love it.
expedition dump place, so you can do expedition. Well, not expedition. What's it called? You know what I mean.
Exposition.
Exposition. And he can be the one who has to hear it, so that the viewers get that experience as well.
Exactly.
That makes narrative sense.
Exactly. Right.
Readers reading on from this point in Pronos's journal, in Pronos's published memoirs, continue to find the words. The sailors bring ropes and grappling hooks to give the characters easy access to the main deck. Scaling the algae slick hull of the ship without a rope would require a successful DC 10 strength check. But
we got
luckily,
Larry.
we were better
Larry's
than that. Excellent. So yeah, indeed, there are no portholes or large openings on the ship apart from where the name has been ripped off at the front. But that's more like the whole front of the ship opened up a little bit. Not through to the second hull though, so that's good. You pull up next to it, and the dwarves unenthusiastically hold onto the slick hull as grappling hooks with ropes are slung over, and you make your way onto the main deck.
Yes.
Excellent. I shall click the button that says the Emperor's main deck.
Nice.
Is it next to the Emperor's New Groove?
That's the sequel.
Of course.
No, I think that's one of the fresh breaks.
Right.
Where it's been gouged.
I like it.
I like it.
The Emperor's upper deck slopes gently down to the port side. If you can't remember which is the port side, then damn it, you haven't been listening well enough. The forecastle, the quarter deck.
Yeah. High
A
level.
bit like Ben's wall poses, so you're okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. It says it here, those lines. The short wooden stumps are all that remains of the ship's masts. Ugh. The double doors leading to the cabins fore and aft look intact, as does a metal grate in the center of the deck that offers a view, should you choose to, you suspect, of the lower decks. Aside from the rhythmic creak of the ship's badly weathered timbers, all seems quiet.
Hey, weather me timbers.
I wanna peek down into the lower decks.
Inside the Emperor.
So I have a
dwarves
question. So did Larry come on the ship with us, or is it just us?
No, as soon as you start climbing up the side of the vessel on the ropes, the rowing boat is quickly brought back to a safe distance and makes its way to
I call out that heroic Larry rows the rowing boat back to a safe distance from the Emperor's waves.
You see Larry go, oh.
It was me.
Trying to get Larry to stick around.
That's right. I love it.
Larry's
He
on our
wants to hear-
side, man.
That's right. They've got to be in the story to be in the story. That's
Yeah.
right.
You darn right. That's wow. That's
There you
a
go.
quote.
Writing advice from Ben.
Gotta be in the story
to be in the story, everyone.
I was gonna.
Wow.
That's the new Syrinscape logo for the new thing. You got to be in the story to be in the story.
I like it. I like it.
I like that
we
Ben's
can actually
like-
literally do something with that. Yeah, I like it.
T-shirts, everybody, T-shirts. You've got to be in the story to be in the
To
story.
be in the
That's
story.
it.
So you're going to investigate the grate? Is that what someone's doing?
Yes. Tira.
Everyone
Me.
give me also just wisdom perception checks.
My
Very
perception's a
good.
22.
Wow.
Ooh. Show off.
I roll a 7.
Okay, good.
Hang on. 23.
23. Excellent. Katira, you and Grumnan notice
But I slightly
pretty
noticed
obvious
it faster.
blood stains all over the deck.
Ooh.
Oh.
Who has medicine?
I don't know it. Yeah, I don't. No.
Probably.
I got a 3 in medicine.
yeah.
As a
Plus 3 in medicine.
safety-focused person, of course,
That's
I have
good.
a first aid kit
Yeah.
with me.
Excellent. Yeah.
Um,
So Grumman leans down, and yeah, these blood stains, in your estimation, would be at least 3 days old. Sort of, they haven't undergone any rain or anything, so they're still pretty fresh, but they're crusted up and going nice and black and hard. There's quite a lot of blood on the deck. When you come to the grate, you can see that it's pretty much rusted shut. maybe wasn't being used as a typical access point through this vessel, but you can see down through it darkness, and then once your eyes adjust a little, Katira,
More
a
darkness.
fair amount of detritus. There's a floor 15 feet below this grate, and there's wooden boards of the floor, quite a lot of smashed stuff, some pottery, some wood, and a lot of webbing. In fact, as you clatter slightly against the grate, some
watch
small
weakness.
spiders come bursting out
Nope.
around.
Nope. Nope.
Have we revealed something about Cari as a person?
No.
Welcome to Australia.
Well, this will be
Little-
role
yeah.
playing. This will be role playing.
Everything here will kill you. Okay, freaking no, I don't. Oh God, I don't like that one bit.
that's
Katira
what
is unshaken.
Oh,
But she's
Unshaken
like-
or stirred?
Katira's
She
not
kind of
afraid.
stands up. She's
Yeah.
Katira's a little freaked out. She stands up and she's like, "Boys, there's a lot of bugs down there."
Bugs? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, like the little
Well-
things. Ha!
Let me guess. I turn around to Pronos. I'm like, "Let me guess. You knew there were bugs down there."
Of course.
If I cast mending on the hinge, that's
What we had in our house.
Stop, Ben. Stop it.
That was in his bathroom. That's his hand.
Why? Is that
Karen.
really your?
Yeah.
No.
Karen
But
No.
literally
No.
looked at me and said, "Ben, do not move." It's like
But they're-
it's about as big as my phone. That's about how big it was.
Yeah.
but,
What
And,
is
uh,
your country?
but they're harmless because they're
Yeah, they're the harmless
hunts-
ones.
yeah.
They're huntsmen.
They're-
What?
they're not- don't
They
have-
defend you from the big ones.
Quite difficult to get a huntsman to bite you, indeed.
Yeah.
And they are fast.
Huntsman? That's
Yeah.
what they call them.
Yeah.
Huntsman, yeah.
Because it hunts men.
Huntsman.
They're the lead, or is it the Avondale spider that's the lead role in arachnophobia? I think it's the Avondale, which is a
Yeah,
completely harmless giant spider in New Zealand.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm.
I remember waking up with a huntsman on me.
Yeah.
Like I woke up and it was on my chest, and then
Yeah, I
I
think
just
we're going
picked
to
it up
stop.
and
We're
moved
going to
it.
stop now. We're going to stop now.
Suddenly,
Next-
northern Michigan doesn't seem so bad. Let's go. My bad. So, okay, Katira wants to look. Is this this grate?
If
Is
I
this
cast
like
men-
open like
if
like
I
a
cast
door?
mending on the hinge, will that make the hinge?
Yeah,
proper?
so the whole grate will lift up. It looks heavy and rusted. And yes, Mario's suggesting mending on the hinge to try and clean them up a bit and make it a bit more
Oh.
open. That sounds good. I like that.
It would be a
Smart.
waste of a grease spell, but mend hopefully works.
Mending is
sounds good. So you cast mending.
I do.
Yeah, so that clears. You see, you see a lot of the rust. The hinges. You can cast it like twice, can't you, on each of the hinges?
Yeah, well, it's a cantrip for me, so
You cast a couple of times. Hinges are much more malleable and functioning more correctly.
Mhm.
There's like a clasp at the other end, which you also cast mending on. And yeah, the grate looks pretty good shape actually.
okay.
Mm.
I want to then try to open it.
Excellent.
The strength check, I assume.
Yes.
Okay, come on. Don't choke. Oh.
We believe in you. Cari, we
Katira
believe in you.
lifted with her. Katira lifted with her back and not her knees. Unfortunately, boys, that is a 1.
So
Oh.
it wasn't
I think I'm showing the wrong number. That
fantastic
is
you were going
one.
to say, or fabulous. It was something else.
Fabulous.
Can I attempt to lift it, but I'm going to use mage hand as well to help me lift it up.
Oh.
Thank you.
One-
Oh.
You wrench your back a little bit for sure.
Oh. And I'm gonna hope that maybe Pronos will be humble about this and just pretend like I did it.
I think I might
And
wink
just-
at you as I do it. So we'll see
Oh,
how we-
the frickin' winking.
You take pride damage. It's a
Pride
unique
damage.
it's
Yeah,
a unique thing
ow.
in this game only. Yeah.
I take
So
1 pride damage.
Strength is not my thing. How much can?
But you've got
mage
a
hand-
showing off bonus, don't you? It's like £5. It's hardly anything.
Oh, can
that
carry
right?
can't carry more than £10. Okay, so yeah,
£10.
that's going to give me a plus. Is it going to give me a +1 or something?
Yeah.
Will nullify my -1 strength. All right, I'm just doing a straight strength check. Here we go.
Excellent.
And I also roll a 1.
You're kidding me! Oh my god!
Oh, that was a
This
4.
door, of course, as all D&D parties are, we have been thwarted by a door.
You take 1 hit point of shame and
right.
damage.
Even with magical assistance. Ooh, that is a... Wait, the door was
Hang on.
much more difficult to open than
Did we
even
just find
the
the big
bravest
bad?
adventurer could have foreseen. Even I, dear reader, could not have foreseen how troublesome this door would be.
Could I?
Our safety officer can open the door.
Yeah, I'm walking up. I walk up with a swagger of course you don't live with your back with the knee, like as if this is I'm using it as a learning experience. I'm walking in as a person would do in a safety instruction. I'm like, okay, so guys,
Did you stretch before you started? I didn't think so.
No, I'm starting that now. So I get my shirt out. I'm doing all
I
the
know
stretches.
I know Ben wanted a cliffhanger, but I'm not sure it was about a door opening. But anyway,
you have a Murray. You know this is our role playing style.
I know.
You know, doors give XP. That's the thing. Like,
there's a really excellent door one-shot here, which my mouse has been hovering over for now, like 40 minutes or something, just ready to play. I'm proud of it.
Ben, patience, time, and skill. I walk forward and I roll an 18 plus 3 strength.
Hey, everyone, here's the Syrinscape sound of anticipation as the great.
Oh yes!
Woo!
So,
Yes.
I just want to position the party in the imaginariums of the audience.
Oh yeah.
So currently, Grumnum is front and center, having opened the grate, and both Katira and Protos are standing behind him, watching him open it.
Nope. I've now seen my floor.
Sure.
Seen my floor.
I love it. All right. Do you lower yourselves down into this room somehow?
Yeah.
We've got
Yeah.
Larry
There are
gave
I
us all his
assume I
rope.
probably, because I'm strongest, I kind of like
You were
take
strongest.
each of them by the like back of their like tunics or their armor, and I kind of lower them down as gently as I can. How deep is the hole? Like how far down is the second deck?
About, I think I said 15 feet. That's probably a little optimistic for a ship, isn't it? So probably about 10 feet. You could dangle them down, and then they could drop the last.
Yeah.
Can
And then I
I
just
like that
jump
you
down.
say that after you dangle. You're like, I dangle him down the hole. Oh, how deep
It's like,
is
how
it?
deep is it? Yeah, I imagine I'm dangling Grumnum. I'm like, how far off the floor are you?
I can't touch the floor yet.
I drop you.
Ah!
I'm on the floor. I'm going to
Oh, you floored me.
I'm going to cast light onto a coin in my pocket and just flick it to the end of into the darkness towards the rear of the ship.
So you are each dropped down there, followed by Katira, who comes crashing to the floor. Her fall is only softened by the mass of sticky spider webs, which glue together the bits of planks and bits of pottery. And as your light spell flicks out into the webs, you see a literal mass of spiders blooming out of the webs, swarming on the walls and floor, coming across the roof. There's an awful kind of wobbling, gyrating on the web as a giant wolf spider, like the one that I showed you on my phone.
I was gonna call on the wolf spider. That's a Michigan classic.
Comes thrusting out of the darkness towards you with its little mandibles looking terrifying. And that does sound like a fantastic sort of cliffhanger to leave the adventure on.
Yes.
Don't! No!
I could tell by the tone in your voice, and I looked at the time, and I'm like, damn you.
I think we should have stopped on that amazing cliffhanger of the door.
Yeah, yeah.
You
The
open
adventurers
the
walk up to the door and it was locked. Adventure over.
Whoa.
Oh, fantastic. So
Well
yeah, we
done
shall
all.
discover the true depths of Cari's arachnophobia next week.